Hello and welcome back, and today I want to compare super slim NAS. I want to look at the old DS416slim and see how it compares against the brand new kid on the block, the DS619slim. Okay, so if you're thinking about either of these two NASs, chances are the reason that you went for it is because it's so damn small. We've already talked about both of these NASs on both this channel and the other YouTube channel, and straight away, the DS416slim, although it was, pretty underpowered when it was released, was still a great NAS for those that wanted a NAS that could be very compact, use much smaller form factor media at 2.5 inch, so like SSDs and laptop based hard drives really, and have that in a 4-bay array with a nice RAID wrapped around it for network attached storage and basically your own private cloud. It was very appealing indeed. And the model of slim NASs, these little compact range from Synology, does go back a few units, and the latest unit to join that family is the DS619slim. So ultimately, should you buy the old unit or get the new unit? Because there will be a price difference. The difference between them, given their hardware is different in almost every single way, it's almost inevitable that the newer unit is going to cost a noticeable chunk more. Which brings us back to the question, what should you buy? The older DS416slim or the brand new DS619slim? Well, really, before we start comparing them, let's talk about what's the same. What will you get regardless of which one of these two you go for? First and foremost, they both use that 2.5 inch form factor media. Both of them don't support media higher than 12.5 millimeters in height, and both of them can support RAID configuration. So both of them support RAID 0, RAID 1, RAID 5 and RAID 6 and RAID 10. So if you are looking for a device that you can have lots of storage in and still have RAID backup, it is definitely an option for you. That as well should be added to the fact that both of them support real-time remote replication and network backups. Both of them can be connected to USB drives for a nice USB backup that you can take away and it can be synchronized or at the touch of a button. And both of them support third-party clouds thanks to the software on board. We talk about software, both of them arrive with Disk Station Manager, but I'd probably say that one of them is going to support Disk Station Manager or DSM a great deal higher, but we'll get to that later in the video. Both of them arrive with multiple apps available in the App Store, but again, one of them, I don't want to say which, I think it's bleeding obvious, is going to support more applications because of that power threshold inside. And although they're both compact, they can both be used for things like long-term backup, DLNA, multimedia playback. Both of them can be utilized for Apple Time Machine backups via the third-party applications, and both of them give you access to all of those great first-party apps from Synology and their DSM platform. In terms of surveillance, although they both support a different level of cameras, they're both amount of cameras I should say, both of them do arrive with surveillance station for free with the unit and two IP camera licenses completely for free. So both of them are very, very similar on the most basic levels, and both of them, if you're just looking for a nice standard NAS, either one of these two units would do the job. But let's talk about the differences. First we'll look at the older unit, the DS416slim. And the first thing that jumps out at me is the CPU. It's a Marvel Armada 385 and it's a dual-core 1.0 GHz CPU that arrives with additionally 512 megabytes of DDR3 memory. So again, not earth-shattering, but at the same time not the end of the world. And that CPU and memory are bolstered by 2 LAN ports, so link aggregation is on the table for you, and two USB 3 ports and 2 years of manufacturer's warranty. And this whole thing comes in about 300 nickel without the hard drive. So £300, that's including VAT, but without the hard drives, is what it's going to cost you to have this device. Which is good news. It's not a small sum of money, but for a RAID 5 enabled box, that's not too shabby and all the software attributes. So why should you look at the new unit, the DS619slim? Well, first and foremost, the internal hardware is ridiculous by comparison. I can't stress this enough. The CPU is a quad-core Intel-based CPU. The Intel J3455 is a 1.5 GHz CPU that can be bursted up to 2.3 GHz per core. It also arrives with 2 GB of DDR3 memory, so 4 times the amount of memory from the off, and just an insanely more powerful and efficient CPU as well. The old CPU could do everything we discussed, but this new CPU supports a Plex media server. It can even be used for virtualization. And with SSDs inside, you're looking at a great IOPS speed inside. Also, the new unit is a 6-bay device compared with the 4 bays on the other one, which means not only have you got all those RAID options and a greater degree of storage open to you, but also you can create multiple RAIDs inside the one device for different tasks. And although the new device arrived with 2 LAN and 2 USB as well, that link aggregation is probably going to be a little bit more of interest to you when you're utilising even more amount of storage inside in a RAID 0 environment. Also, this newer device arrives with 3 years of manufacturer's warranty compared with the 2 on the other one. Now, we still don't have a confirmed price on the new unit, unfortunately. That's going to be released almost right up to the nose when it's officially released. But I reckon you are going to be looking at £50 to £100 more than likely closer to the £100 mark. This is not going to be the same price as its predecessor, but the CPU, the RAM, the CPU, the RAM inside, the external options, the internal options, and the huge scope of which this device is going to be able to support DSM, the new unit is looking damn attractive indeed. And if you're only looking for a nice simple NAS for your office for some cameras, there's something for DLNA to stream some media to your PlayStation 4 and your smart TV or whatever. If you're looking for something to back up a few devices on the go and just show the pictures and the photos that you own to your friends and family, you can get away with the DS416slim very easily. You won't need to spend that extra money. But the DS619slim gives you so much. The CPU and hardware on this device is comparable to that of the DS918 device and the DS718 device. This is a powerful NAS. So, those are these two devices. Obviously, as you probably tell from my tone, I definitely recommend you go for the newer unit, thanks to all of the hardware and software advantages it grants you. But if you don't think you're going to use those and you need a NAS right now, go for the older unit, because it's still got some legs, the DS416slim. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching. Do check out NAS Compared for more information and new releases on NAS and all those guides. Do subscribe to this channel and the other YouTube channel to learn more, and do grab your NAS from span.com. But otherwise, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.